Welcome to the epic new era of WellsMania podcast. You are now running wild with the most underrated wrestling podcast in the world, WellsMania podcast, and I am your host, the Kyle Wells, aka WellsMania. This is episode 212 of WellsMania podcast, and we're live, pal. I think we're live. And if you are watching, someone prove to me that this is indeed live television. We're live, pal. We'll do it live. I'll write the script and we'll do it live. Good old Bill O'Reilly right there. If you guys have never seen Bill O'Reilly's meltdown, please do yourself a favor. Go look it up. It is absolutely legendary. Speaking of legendary, we are coming off a legendary weekend out in Las Vegas, Nevada. Another person who wasn't out there, but joining me, one of my special guests, the WWE Human Encyclopedia, Jared Giles. We are live.
Inception.
You're one of the viewers.
It's Inception. Yes, we are live.
You and I are the only two on this episode that did not go out to Las Vegas, Nevada. So you and I, we stayed here back home again in Indiana. We watched it on ESPN because this was the first time that ESPN got to run wild with WrestleMania.
Got to experience all those ads.
Yeah,
it was talked about. We'll talk about it.
Yes, that is called foreshadowing. Got to pay the bills, okay? Got to pay the bills. I come from the radio world. It's the ads and the commercials that keep everything going. So you would think that they wouldn't need that with ESPN, but apparently they do. And they, as in WWE and TKO, pal. All right, the rest of the guests, fresh from their return to their homes. Two of them are out in Utah. That's right. Welcome back. The mixed tag, Brett and Tiffany, and Stone Payne Productions, Peyton Payne. You guys are back from Las Vegas. How was Las Vegas?
Massive.
Crazy.
Overwhelmingly big.
Wild experience.
Yeah.
Now, was this your guys' first time out in Las Vegas?
Me, no.
Me, yes.
What about you, Peyton?
Yeah, no, I've never been to Vegas. This was my first time.
Yeah.
It was so big and just so overwhelming, but like within the short time I was there, I didn't really get to do a lot of Vegas-y things. It was almost all just wrestling related. So hopefully I'll get to go back and do.
Paul Heyman calling you? Is that Paul Heyman?
Yeah, hold on, I got a call. We're call. We're
Hey,
live,
you know
Paul.
what? I will take you off backstage. We are live. Brett, Tiffany, Peyton. This is live WellsMania podcast history.
This is history in the making.
History in the making right now. We've got the Conqueror 0123. He loves the mixed tag. So I figured
Well, thank you for that.
Thank you.
I'd show that comment. And then how about this one? The Dylan Sean Run Wild. We are, brother. We are running wild. This
Running
is
wild today.
This is a long time. This is a long time coming. We'll get back to your guys' Las Vegas experience here in just a second. This is a long time coming with the WellsMania podcast. A lot of people have wanted me to go live for a very long time. And I figured no better time to start an epic new era than after WrestleMania. After all, we are in an epic new era, and it will be legendary. That is what Triple H.
Your Triple H sounds more like a Hulk Hogan. You need to work on that.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. Hulkamania is going to run wild with the Real American documentary. In case you didn't see all the promos, dude, during WrestleMania weekend, Jack, on Netflix. It's going to happen, and it's going to be immortal. I'd rip my shirt off right now, but this is live television, dude.
Didn't that come out today, or is that next week?
That'll be tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow.
Comes out tomorrow, April 22nd. Hulk Hogan, the Real American documentary. And I'm a Hulk Hogan guy, okay? I know Hulk Hogan. There's a lot of haters out there that don't like Hulk Hogan. I get it for their reasons, whatever. Me, I grew up during Hulkamania. wrestling would not be what it is without the immortal Hulk Hogan. And there's something about black eyes out in Las Vegas for WrestleMania. Hulk started that trend, and Cody Rhodes, he ran wild with it. And we'll touch on that here in a little bit. But Jared, I think Jared's back from his call there with Paul Heyman. So Las Vegas, Nevada, ran it back 2 years in a row. WrestleMania 42. How did you guys like Allegiant Stadium?
Allegiant was great. I thought
It's
Allegiant
great.
was
Honestly,
I mean, minus some of those prices on those foods, that steak was a little obscene.
yeah, I don't know
of
if
a
you guys saw
price.
that. There was like a tomahawk steak that you could buy where the WrestleMania logo was like seared into the bone, but the steak itself was like $149 or something.
I tried so hard to get Peyton to get the 5-foot giant Chris Engel to eat the tomahawk steak. That video would have gone viral. Could you just imagine? Because you guys sat next to each other, which we'll get to that here in just a second too.
Yeah.
But could you just imagine the 5-foot giant just going full savage Bastion Booger Thanksgiving mode on a tomahawk steak at WrestleMania 42? I'm disappointed in you, Chris. You had an opportunity to go viral and you didn't take it.
I mean, if you really wanted him to do it, you could have Venmo'd him the $145 and he'd have done
He
it.
doesn't need my money. Dude's a millionaire. He's got plenty of money. He should have bought it. What's $150 to Chris? Nothing. I did see, because I was there last year, so I experienced those high prices, and it seemed like the prices only got higher this year at Allegiant Stadium. But I'm glad you guys enjoyed the overall atmosphere of the stadium.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful stadium.
Living in Utah, my family's done plenty of trips down to like California and stuff, and so we've driven through Vegas numerous times. And I remember like watching via different trips this stadium get built, but this was my first time actually inside of it. And before we had left, I had read about like that roof that where like it allows light to come in, but it keeps out the heat. Man, they did a great job with that because
It was hot.
it was hot outside. But I mean, even Peyton, we talked about it, how the air conditioning inside was phenomenal for the environment with like 50,000 plus people in there. You did not feel the heat of all those bodies in one space.
Yeah, they do a really good job with the circulation in Allegiant Stadium. No high prices will beat Saudi Mania next year. That's a good, good comment there, brother.
Enjoy it.
That's technically false because everything's cheaper in Saudi.
Is it though?
Right?
I mean,
just the flight might be
like
really
the flight's
pricey.
expensive, but once you're there, I mean, everything's cheaper with American money.
I told Peyton, whenever John Cena inevitably goes into the WWE Hall of Fame, I want to be there for that ceremony and that WrestleMania. And Peyton goes, well, you better get your passport and start saving now because you're heading to Saudi Arabia next year.
I mean,
Wouldn't
more than
shock
likely.
me.
Yeah, I love you, John. And, I'm bummed that I didn't go to your last match, but I was at your last WrestleMania that you wrestled. Tell me about that. John Cena was the host of WrestleMania 42. We only saw him, no pun intended. We only saw him a few times, but what was it like having John Cena as the host of WrestleMania 42?
There's been more interesting hosts.
He's the greatest host of all time.
Retirement looks good on him.
Yeah. Yeah, he even said that retirement life is a whole hell of a lot better. And I will ask you guys, what watching from home when all the mini Danhausens came out with Danhausen, what was the vibe like in that stadium for that segment? Because watching it on TV, I was like John Cena. I could not keep a straight face watching that entire segment.
Oh, people were loving it. At least that's the vibe I got from the people, those sitting around us. People were loving it.
I don't think Cena knew. I think they probably said like Miz is gonna come in and cut a promo, cut something, just like go with it. I think he had no clue
Yeah.
of what was about to happen, and you could see it in his face. He was just loving it.
Yeah, dude
was
could
so
not keep a
funny.
straight face to
It
save
was
his
so
life.
funny.
My old man, my dad, he loves Danhausen. Like he
Smart.
he was a big AJ Styles fan, and now AJ is retired, Hall of Famer. So my dad texts me after that segment. He goes, "That's why Danhausen is one of my favorite wrestlers now." And I said, "Good, Dad, because if he wasn't, you are cursed." So, what was your guys' favorite moment from WrestleMania 42? Let's not waste any time. Let's get to it. What was, and we'll go through the entire card because I am curious to get your guys' reactions. We had a lot. There's a lot to unpack. Night one, noticeably different from night two. Night one, absolutely
That's-
tense.
Our favorite.
That's the
moment.
crazy part about that is like we left and I was on such a high because like Peyton and I kept looking at each other during that main event of night one and like what the hell is happening right now? Because everything we thought was going to happen didn't happen. They were making
No.
Cody look like the heel, and I was like, this was a great show. Then we get back to the Airbnb and online, everyone's complaining about it. I'm like,
as usual.
Yeah.
what happened?
Well, that's
In the
how it
stadium, it was
goes.
great.
And I said this to you guys, when you are there, it is a lot different. It's a totally different vibe. It's a
Right.
totally different atmosphere. It's a totally different experience because you are one with the show. For us, for Jared and I watching at home, you could just tell night one of WrestleMania 42 did not feel like WrestleMania. It just, something felt off the entire show. Maybe it was all the ads that we were getting at home. Maybe it was the matches being so short. But then you get to Cody versus Randy, and it's kind of like, what the hell was even that? Like, what was that ending? Let's just jump into it. Jared, you watched from home. What were your thoughts towards the entirety of night one of WrestleMania and then the main event between Cody and Randy?
I mean, I personally didn't have a problem with anything on night one. I was enjoying the show, watching it live, and wasn't really messing with I had a couple people here, wasn't on Twitter a lot, just saw a couple people had like text me, but then after the show, I was online like, this is the worst thing ever, wrestling soulless, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, well, I guess I watched a different show than you guys, but
Right.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I didn't have any problems. I'm not one of these dorks who's gonna sit there and watch wrestling with a stopwatch. That's not what I do.
Hey, pal, I only did that with Obafemi's entrance, okay?
Okay.
Which
Fair.
we got to talk about that because we did have
Fair.
the over under bet earlier.
But yeah,
Fair.
But like, it's weird to me that we come out of that show and the main topic is the match times. Like, yeah, they were short matches.
Oh, they were definitely short. You could feel it. I think everyone could feel it. They were definitely shorter.
I've got the official match times right here for night one of WrestleMania. The Usos defeated the Vision 7 minutes and 8 seconds. Okay, opening night one, that's normal. Jacob Fatu defeated Drew McIntyre in 14 minutes, 9 seconds. Okay, unsanctioned match. Give the guys a little time to beat the hell out of each other.
Yeah.
Brie Bella with a returning Paige. We'll get to that in just a second. They became the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, 8 minutes and 33 seconds. Becky Lynch, the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time, got the title back, defeating AJ Lee in 8 minutes and 15 seconds. Gunther defeated Seth Rollins, 17 minutes, 52 seconds. Liv Morgan defeated Stephanie Vaquer to become the new Women's World Champion, 6 minutes, 51 seconds. And the main event, Cody Rhodes retained the undisputed WWE title, defeating Randy Orton, 22 minutes and 44 seconds. So those are the match times for night one. The ads were longer than the matches for night one of WrestleMania 42. And I said this, I come from the radio world. Ads and commercials, you got to have them because that is what makes everything go round. That is what is paying the bills. So you might not like it, but you will accept it. And those are the match times for night one. The flow of the show, watching from home, it definitely felt just. I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong, but it just nothing really was like jumping out at me. Like,
Yeah.
but night two, we'll get to night two in just a second. But you guys were there. You guys were there in the arena. What jumped out from you guys in night one that really just made you be like, God, I'm glad I'm here?
I mean, for real, like the whole vibe, like you said, it's different when you're there compared to watching it on. I mean, it's the same thing. Like with me, everyone is always like, "Oh, WrestleMania 27 is the biggest piece of dog shit that's ever been created." But like with me, I'm like, well, I didn't think that, but I was there. I, was to witness it. So when you live the show in person, you enjoy it more. As far as people complaining about it, like I didn't see anything on night one because I went back and watched the television broadcast of it. There was nothing criminal that happened on night one that should result in people being like, this is the worst WrestleMania of all time. Was it the greatest? No.
Yeah.
Were the matches shorter than you probably thought? Yes. Specifically, I think Vicaire versus Liv Morgan is what people are really talking about. To be fair, though, that was cut short, and it's now been pretty much confirmed by multiple sources that was cut short because Liv Morgan was not at 100% in that match. So
and she had to perform Trouble, her music, her entrance song, Trouble.
So, in like a side note on that, because we actually walked past her on Thursday night. We were heading back to our resort and we ended up walking past her. And that goose egg, that thing was legit. My thing is, if anybody ever says, wrestling's fake or whatever, shit like that is not fake. Like
it was very real.
That was a very real
fake. You can't fake the blood that is underneath the skin that just wants to pop right out of your head. You can't fake that. What's up, Death's Call? We see you. Yeah, keep those comments coming. Engage with us. Let me know what you guys think about night one of WrestleMania. We're live, pal. Like we are live on the WellsMania YouTube channel right now. So engage. I've been promoting it all day. We got 5 people in here, which is more than enough. Go ahead, Peyton.
I was going to say, I would say you asked what stood out the most to me on night one. To me, without question, the best match of night one was Gunther versus Seth Rollins.
100%.
Yep.
That match stole the show on night one. Those guys beat the absolute hell out of each other, and
we got a returning Braun Breaker.
Yeah, and we got we got the Breaker return. That was the standout of night one, which I knew it would be because you have 2 of the best in-ring workers in the world going at it.
Yeah. Well, and like you said, Peyton, they match each other pound for pound so well.
They do. As far as the main event goes, because I know a lot of people want to talk about the main event. I didn't think the main event was as bad as people are claiming it was. I think that it was just an oddly orchestrated match that I think that people can't really wrap their head around why the match was organized in the way that it was organized, where Cody worked as the heel the whole match. And then after the match, Randy Orton went right back to being the heel again. And then he turned on McAfee, which was should have solidified Orton being the babyface there because it got the biggest pop of the night. And then Cody wins, people booed, and then they tried to put Orton right back into the heel spot. So it was just a weirdly built match. However, I was thinking about it and I was like, well, the story that was told to us leading up to this match basically confirmed Cody was going to be working this way, because what did Stephanie McMahon tell him 2 weeks ago? She told him, you can't beat Randy Orton when he's like this. You're going to have to give in to the voices in your head and do things that you don't like to do, or Orton is going to dog walk you at WrestleMania. And that's exactly what Cody had to do, and that's what he did. And that is, I think, why Cody wrestled as the heel that whole match. But the Orton turning on McAfee thing, let's be real, I think that was just a way for the creative team to be like, all right, people didn't like it, so let's just get rid of it. You know.
Well, do you think it was really a turn, or do you think it was just because he counted slow?
I think it was
mad and was like.
I think it was more or less. I think it was the idea that McAfee wanted Orton. What McAfee wanted to use Orton to try to put himself over, and Orton being Orton, you know, he turns on anybody and everybody, and everyone is eligible for an RKO. You can never trust the Viper. McAfee made a mistake, and Orton made him pay for it.
I will say, shout out to Jelly Roll for his WrestleMania moment, crashing through the announcer's table, taking out Pat McAfee. But then shout out to Pat McAfee with his neck brace in the referee's uniform, coming back, throwing up the finger. Dude, I marked out when Pat came back. When Pat came back, I was like, holy shit, Randy is going to win.
Went down,
the biggest thing that doesn't make sense for me is it's hard for me to believe that Pat McAfee is done with the wrestling business. Like you're telling me that Pat McAfee's not going to be a part of WrestleMania in Indianapolis.
Blaine,
there's no way.
We did see Pat McAfee. We saw that, and I know the stipulation was that if Randy lost, Pat would be gone. But like Peyton just said, there's no way in hell that Pat is done with WWE, because you're right. WrestleMania still has to run wild through Indianapolis, where Pat and I have been advocating, and it was because of Pat McAfee and WellsMania that got WrestleMania to come back.
I'm sure
in this contract.
Well, I mean, one of those definitely was involved.
Wow.
Here's the thing: Pat's on a national level, I'm on a local level. Nobody can deny that I've been out here grinding for the past decade, advocating for WrestleMania to come back to Indianapolis. I was on the Hammer and Nigel show, the #1 rated afternoon drive in Indianapolis. Shout out to Hammer and Nigel. I talked to all sorts of politicians, every single mayor, which has only been Hogsett, every single governor. I told them all, y'all want to win your elections? Guarantee and bring back WrestleMania. I guarantee you that the fans, the people of Indianapolis, they want WrestleMania back. I'm telling you right now, that's your campaign, and you will win. So that's why
you're running more ads about you than WrestleMania did.
Hey, that's what I got to do, man. I'm the most underrated wrestling podcaster in the world. In case this is your first time here, this is our first time here doing live. We're live, pal. And if you haven't subscribed to WellsMania on YouTube, please do me a favor and do that, because check this out. I got a box of WWE 2026 Topps Chrome trading cards unopened. This could be yours. I will mail this to you. Once we get to 500 subscribers, we're doing a fun little giveaway. And then I got another box. So I've got 2 boxes over here. Well, I dropped one, but I'm going to do an unboxing on that. Thank you, babe. We got 2 boxes right here. So what the hell are y'all waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. I'm tired of being underrated. I want to be overrated one day. All right, where were we? Back on track here. So night 1 of WrestleMania, I almost went perfect. The only match that I lost was the main event. How did you guys do with your predictions?
I have to remember. So
give me a second. I gotta remember what I picked.
Because I went 6-1, and I went 12-1 the entire WrestleMania weekend. I only missed one. Just one match.
I got to be honest with you. I'm so exhausted and fried that I can't remember.
I don't remember what I picked.
Yeah,
so
I should write it down.
Yeah. I definitely know I got the main event wrong, because I picked Randy. I know that for sure.
Yeah, I think we all picked Randy.
The other ones are a crapshoot. I don't remember.
Now, night 1 of WrestleMania, I went through the card there. Did anything surprise you guys?
In terms of what? What do you mean?
Like returns, in results to matches? Was there anything that
Orton or Orton losing?
Just
was
Orton,
the
I guess. Yeah.
Everything else was pretty. as we had
Predictable?
laid out.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was predictable, and then like everything with like
I love that comment,
Paige,
Jacob.
like we got the news that she had re-signed with WWE,
Mm-hmm.
and then we got some information from a reliable source that she was backstage that night, from someone Tiff knows. And it's like, okay, so she's probably coming out at some point tonight. We thought it was going to be after the IC title match. We didn't realize it was going to be for that tag match.
Yeah,
I had high hopes Nikki would be okay, but you know what?
I saw Nikki's injury. She ain't coming back for a while. She's done for a while.
Well, on the
sadly.
post show, I saw a clip on the post show. She had said that she had surgery 2 weeks before Mania, and so it's like,
we'll see. I'll hold out hope.
Speaking of injuries, let's just talk about the fact that Randy Orton punt kicked the fuck out of Cody.
Careful with the language. We're live, pal.
Knocked his whole eye out of its socket.
These people every week.
Blaine, the return of the punt was cool. Should have been in the match. I'll tell you what should have happened, Blaine. We should have got Randy Orton winning when Pat came down there. Pat should have done a fast count. 1, 2, 3. Randy and Pat are celebrating, and then Pat, a punter. How do you not have a punter punt somebody on the grandest stage of them all? I would have had Pat McAfee be the one to punt Cody Rhodes. That's just me, though. That's just me.
Okay.
Well, Orton apparently was dealing with an injury, if you believe the
I had seen something about that he was dealing with some injuries.
So.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting because I know, believe what you want to believe, the dirt sheets. You can always say this after the fact. All of the dirt sheets came out. Well, Randy was originally supposed to win, but that got changed, and then Cody left the champion. I think Cody was always destined to retain the title.
So and I think with the amount of crap that the dirt sheets say, they'll come out on Unreal and be like, yeah, no, it was always supposed to be Cody.
And speaking of Randy Orton, can we talk about how creepy the fans were out in Las Vegas, Nevada? Like, what the hell is wrong with you all? Like,
they're all crazy.
Don't even get us started. So we now that we're home, I'll say the name of the place. We stayed at the Desert Rose Resort, which is a small resort that's kind of tucked away off the strip, but just off the strip. And it's just south of the MGM Grand, which is where the superstars were staying. And so closest place for us to get coffee was that Starbucks in the lobby of MGM, and easy access to the strip was going through the casino to the strip. And on Saturday night, after it was over, we met up with Pat Kearns and Fitnessa and had dinner at Jason Aldean's Kitchen and Bar.
Royal fumble right there. I love it.
Right.
And we're walking back, and we cut through the MGM because it was quick, easy access to our resort. The amount of people that were camped out, you've been to the MGM, right? You've seen the lobby where people check in. They were
Giant
literally
lion.
sitting around that circle, around that lion. They were all just sitting on the floor, sitting along the side, sitting by the door. Like, give them room to breathe. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, and Dylan brings up a good point here. The fans are ridiculous, and I don't blame Punk. Those people aren't real fans. And
after seeing the full video, absolutely not.
Yeah, because Bailey and AJ Lee were embracing, and
they were having a moment.
Swarmed by fans, and then Punk was kind of off into the distance, and this jabroni literally sticks his camera right in the faces of AJ and Bailey, and even Bailey's like, dude, get out of here.
Yeah.
And then Punk comes over and smacks the camera. The dude's lucky Punk didn't knock him out. I'm going to be real with you. Punk has a very short temper, and I'm very proud of you, CM Punk, for holding back, because I know you probably wanted to knock that dude out, and I'm glad you didn't, because that's a lawsuit, brother. That's people you can't just go and punch people.
No, he already did that with Green Shirt Guy. But
that is an urban legend.
It's not. There's video proof.
That is not.
Green Shirt Guy debunked it this weekend.
Debunked. It was debunked.
I've seen the video.
It's not Green Shirt Guy. It's not him.
Then it is a identical clone of the man.
It's AI.
He signed an NDA and he just can't talk about it.
Aiden
that was 100%
ran wild
him.
out there. Aiden Achong LA Night Girl, yeah. I saw you guys and your content. You were all doing the damn thing. Van Michaels, the artist formerly known as Van Vliet, the wrestling fanatic. I really enjoyed living vicariously. And even Brett and Tiffany and Peyton, all your guys' content out there just made me. I kept telling my wife, it's like, I have FOMO, but I'm very content with being home because we did the damn thing last year out there in Vegas. We had a residency. We were out there for 8 days. So it was kind of nice watching WrestleMania from home this year. But yeah, Aiden, you and LA Night Girl and the rest of the content creators, Wheezy Blonde, Sean Ross Sapp, Alan Owens, y'all absolutely just crushed it. I love it. I absolutely loved it. But yeah, night 2 of WrestleMania. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you the highlight of the night was Sami Zayn getting his ass whooped by Trick Williams.
Oh my god, that was amazing.
Because on the last episode of WellsMania podcast, I went on my rant. I'm no stranger to voicing my opinion on how I feel about Sami Zayn. So when Trick Williams beat Sami Zayn, that might have been my biggest pop of the weekend, is when Trick Williams and Lil Yachty were celebrating after Trick beat Sami Zayn. But let's run through. We did the match times for night 1. Let's do the match times for night 2. And like I said, night 2 was night and day different from night 1. Night 2 was WrestleMania. That if we didn't have night 1 and all we got was night 2, that was it. Night 2, absolutely everything from beginning to the end. I give props to every performer on the night 2 card for going out there and making up for night 1's lackluster night. But we kicked off with Obafemi defeating Brock Lesnar. I'll get your guys' take on Brock Lesnar because we got a lot more there. The over-under, we set it at 5 minutes. And if you took the under, you are rich and you're going to WrestleMania 43 in Saudi Arabia. Congratulations. 4:46 was the official time for Oba and Brock. The 6-pack ladder match, Penta retained the Intercontinental title, 15 minutes and 8 seconds. Trick Williams defeating Sami Zayn to become the new United States champion, 7 minutes and 7 seconds. The Demon, Finn Balor, defeated Dominic Mysterio in a street fight, 10 minutes and 27 seconds. Rhea Ripley defeated Jade Cargill to become the new women's world champion. I'm sorry, the new WWE women's champion, 10 minutes and 8 seconds. In the main event, Roman Reigns defeated CM Punk to become the new world heavyweight champion, 33 minutes and 56 seconds in what I am calling an instant classic. Those two guys put on a main event.
Did you see Roman's post about it?
I did, man.
I think he worded that right. Like, they made magic on Sunday night.
I still hate you, but we
still
made
hate
magic.
you, but we
still
made
hate you.
magic.
They did. Those two guys put on one hell of a main event.
That was my favorite match of the whole weekend.
Yeah.
And I'm throwing up double ones. This was Roman Reigns' record-setting 11th WrestleMania main event. Two ones going in the sky for Roman Reigns. Now, before I get your guys' opinion, got to ask, how we feeling about Brock Lesnar? How we feeling about Brock Lesnar?
Not on my bingo card for this weekend.
Another shocking WrestleMania moment. Jared and Peyton, you guys were there at WrestleMania 30 in New Orleans when Brock shocked the world, ending the streak. How y'all feel about him shocking the world again and let me throw up the air quotes here, retiring at WrestleMania? Jared?
I'm not super surprised by it. He's made it pretty well, as apparent as Brock makes things, that this was going to be his last run and he wasn't long for wrestling or the business again. So it doesn't surprise me he came in, got a couple paydays, and decided to call it a career here.
I think he went out on his own terms is what it was. And this is my personal opinion, is I think he saw what they were doing with Gunther's character and the career killer. And I think in a way he thought, I don't need to put someone like Gunther over. He's already retired Goldberg, Cena, and AJ Styles. He's had a 20-year career, given there was a bit of a hiatus there in the middle to go do UFC and whatnot. And I think he took the moment to really put someone like Obafemi over, because to not only have Obafemi beat you, but then sit there and say, I'm done, like this is it. Because I was reading something interesting, where like when Heyman got into the ring to ask him, like, no, what are you doing? You're taking off your gear. And he threw up the X. You know, this person, for those who don't know about wrestling, talked about how the X is a symbol of, this is not something that's not scripted. This is like something legit. And I think he legit said, I'm done. I don't think he's going to have another match in Minneapolis. I think what we're going to get, and I made a video about it the other day. I think we get kind of what AJ had in Atlanta at Raw a couple months ago, where they celebrate Brock and his career. Maybe they announce him for the Hall of Fame next year. Maybe they wait to let him have his own year to be a headliner. I don't know. But I think Brock Lesnar, after the career he had, deserved to go out on his own terms. He chose to do it by putting over someone like Obafemi, who can be the next like beast ruler.
The next big thing.
It was like
next big
it was
thing,
like handing like a baton kind of.
He was like
thing.
passing the torch, because
Yeah.
Brock's like, I'm done. And
He
to
didn't-
see someone so serious and so callous for so many years show that much emotion,
It was real.
it
to
was
me.
a very real thing to me.
Yeah, I think Brock definitely has he's definitely showed a more human side to him recently.
Yeah.
And I think that those were legit tears that he was crying.
I think so.
He got very emotional in the middle of that ring when he was taking off his gloves, taking off his shoes, and Paul Heyman coming out and Paul embracing it. I mean, give those guys an Academy Award, because they sold the hell out of that. Now, Brett, I don't personally think Brock is done. I
You
do
don't think
not.
so?
I do not. And I think Peyton is also going to weigh in on this. I do think we are going to get Gunther versus Brock Lesnar, because Gunther has a favor that Paul Heyman owes him. And I know last night on the Raw after WrestleMania, Gunther and Paul had a little interaction, and
We
and
didn't see that.
Gunther,
We're only like halfway through the episode because we got home at like 10.
spoiler alert. Sorry, that's not a spoiler.
We have to,
That's
yeah,
a
we still have to
guarantee.
finish watching Raw. We haven't-
But yeah, so I think personally, we are going to get Gunther versus Brock at SummerSlam in Minnesota. And then Brock can put over Gunther, and then Brock can ride off, because WWE and TKO love making money.
Oh, yes.
And having Brock Lesnar go out like that ain't gonna make them any more money. So the money match is Brock Lesnar putting his career on the line, because Gunther gets Paul Heyman to convince Brock, hey, I owe Gunther, and it is, Minnesota and SummerSlam, where you have had a lot of success. Brock, prove that you still got something left in the tank. You're not done, Brock. And then ultimately, Gunther does make Brock Lesnar pass out.
Since I'm not checked big enough.
I
Hey, what do
don't,
you think?
as much as I want to see Gunther versus Brock, I don't think it happens now. I don't think Brock cares. I don't think Brock is the type of person to do something like that at WrestleMania, leave his boots and his gloves in the ring, and then throw that away by coming back for another match. Brock Lesnar walks to the beat of his own drum.
Exactly.
And I don't think he cares how much money TKO wants to make. I don't think he cares how much money they can offer him. When Brock Lesnar has his mindset on something, he is done. And he's even said in interviews, he's like, when I am done, you will not see it coming. And once I leave, I am going away and you'll never see me again. That's just, that's the kind of person Brock Lesnar is. So
fair enough. However, I do think he's not done.
And I feel like he losing to Obafemi in under 5 minutes. So what? He comes back and loses again. Like there's no point to it now. He's been beaten. So I mean,
think
yeah,
if
it
you
could
give him
be a
plenty of
thing for
time between-
Gunther.
You
But-
give him plenty of time between now and August, and he has all this time to collect his thoughts and process what happened at Mania. He's going to have what every athlete has, that moment of maybe I'm not ready to hang it up yet. Maybe I still have one more match in me. The road between now and SummerSlam, it's a long one. We're still a few months away. So I mean, Brock can go off and enjoy Sable, and then when Gunther cashes in the favor, Brock's going to be like, "Yeah, I've had enough time," and he's gonna come back and there's going to be your big money match at SummerSlam. That's just my opinion.
If
my opinion.
If you're going off of the road to SummerSlam, I'm predicting this right now. Remember these words. Obafemi will 100% mimic Brock Lesnar's rise to the top. He done beat Lesnar at WrestleMania. Obafemi will go on. He will win King of the Ring, just like Brock Lesnar did. And then he will challenge Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, the cousin of The Rock, who Brock Lesnar beat at SummerSlam for the world title. And Obafemi will take the title from Roman Reigns, solidifying himself, as you just said, the next big thing in the exact same manner that Brock Lesnar did it.
And the seeds have already been planted because of the post show.
Yeah, Oba looked right in the camera, and he said that he was coming for Roman Reigns.
And then Roman responded and said, "Let's see how you do through the summer, not through the end of the year, through the summer."
Yeah, and I love that Roman called out all the fans that were saying, "Oh no, we got a part-timer as a champ." Well, Roman crushed and debunked that and said that part-time is crap. He'll be here all summer long. So be careful what you wish for.
He'll be here until Oba beats him at SummerSlam.
And then he goes off until next year.
Give me a good reign with Roman here between now and SummerSlam. I'm here for it. I'm cool with
full
Oba.
time right now. I'll take it.
Yeah, I'm cool with Oba beating Roman at SummerSlam. I think that's the right move for the business. If you really want to put over Oba, that's where you do it. You have him, man, what a year he had. He beat Brock and retired Brock not retired Brock, but ultimately led to Brock retiring at Mania. And then you have Oba beat Roman at SummerSlam. It's a pretty big year there for old Obafemi. Did you guys do the Oba walk? Were you? Yeah, it's
I think everybody did.
It's very cringe. I'm not gonna lie. I do a lot of cringy things. I ain't doing that. That's one cringy thing I ain't doing.
You cosplayed John Cena and wore jorts. I think the Oba walk is not as cringy as things you have done.
I will cosplay as John Cena and wear jorts every single time over doing the Oba Femi walk. I don't like the Oba Femi walk. Jared, you're a Colts fan. I can't stand that stupid touchdown dance that all the Colts fans do at Lucas Oil Stadium. So stupid. By the way, I'm going on the record. The Bushwhackers march greater than Oba Femi strut. I said what I said. Yeah. Night 2 of WrestleMania. Peyton, how big was your reaction to Rhea Ripley? That was reaction. To Rhea Ripley winning the
Rhea action.
It was
Rhea action.
I had a great reaction because I was certain that Jade was going to win.
Yeah.
I did not think they know they were sitting right next to me. The whole time I was
can we address this? And I was telling my wife this earlier when we were eating Chick-fil-A for lunch. Out of all the people in Allegiant Stadium that come from all across the world, how in the hell did y'all sit right next to each other? Did you plan this ahead of time?
It just so happened to be our luck. You know what I mean? We just somehow picked the right seats. That's what I say.
A little birdie reached out to me and told me on March 16th that there were some great deals going on.
I don't know who that birdie is.
And that little birdie also told me where they were sitting. And I said, would you mind if we got the seats next to you? Because they're a great price. And that little birdie said, no, he would not mind.
It was
a great time.
I thought it was really cool because I was on both of y'all's lives heading into night 2 of WrestleMania.
I'm sweating every time.
It was so cool seeing you guys sit next to each other and interact with one another. And I told my wife, I said, I really love this for the mixed tag because this is their first WrestleMania and they get to experience it with Peyton and the 5-foot giant Chris Ingles sitting right next to them. So I thought that was pretty cool.
We were definitely the coolest people in our section. So
yeah.
Oh yeah.
There were a couple people. There were a few people behind us that were hate watching everything that happened.
Oh, every single match they complained about something.
You know, this is good. This would be better on AEW.
Like, you paid all this money to be here.
It's like, all right.
The joke's on you. If you were literally at WrestleMania and you were hating on it, TKO wins. TKO wins.
Thank you. Yeah.
But no, we were lower level. We had absolute great seats. The seats, I mean, we couldn't have asked for better seats in the building. It was fantastic. You know,
energy was great. Everything was great.
And we got good deals on it. So for future reference, everybody, you know, instead of just complaining that you can't go to WrestleMania or complaining about the prices, actually get on and look and watch, because there are deals and there are prices that you can get and have good seats to these shows.
Correct. My advice, start saving now.
Exactly.
Start
you have a year.
Saving now. You have 2 years, because let's face it, you're not going to Saudi Arabia.
No, not a lot of people from the U.S. are going to go to Saudi. Remind me, when last year did they announce that it had changed from New Orleans to Vegas? I felt like it was like shortly after last year's Mania, but I don't remember.
It was at Money in the Bank, because we saw the banner when we were Money in the Bank.
That's right.
That's when they announced
Money in the Bank, and I think it's when we were driving home from Money in the Bank. We had that conversation of let's save up. If we can go, we'll go. And we're going to make a video on this later of how we kind of like our process of getting to Vegas, of like how we saved up and what our thought process was. But part of it was setting a budget for tickets. We looked at it and said, okay, we want to spend X amount of money per person for each night. And it just so happened that we said we don't want to spend no more than $800 across the 2 nights per person. So $1,600 total. And then this deal comes along where you can get a 2-day combo ticket for $700 a person. So it's $200 less than what our set budget was. So my point is start saving now, especially because, like you said, not a lot of people are going to go next year because it's in Saudi. So you have 2 years to save up. There's no excuses. Set a budget for your tickets. Get your lodging set early, whether it's the pay now and you're set or book now, pay later, because we found this place that we stayed at through Airbnb, and so the full deposit was pulled from my checking on like April 3rd, but we went into Vegas, arriving in Vegas with lodging and tickets paid for. So then the rest of the money we had.
So then all the money we cushioned and saved was literally for the merch, for the food, for the gas, like whatever. If you can get your lodging, your travel, and the tickets already paid for, that's like at least 50 to 60% of what you're spending. Yeah. If that's already covered, then you're good. Like there's no
less.
I don't know. That's just me and how I manage my money. I don't know.
No, you're dead on, because last year, my wife and we had $5,000 to blow in Las Vegas. And it's because we paid for everything well ahead of time. Literally, when John Cena came out at Money in the Bank and announced that next year is my last WrestleMania, I started saving that day on. Took a little bit from my paycheck here, a little bit from my paycheck there. And my wife did the same thing. So by the time we got to Las Vegas last year, like Tiffany said, our hotel was booked and paid for. Our flight was booked and paid for. Our wedding venue,
even our
was
WWE World tickets were already bought and paid for. Like, everything was done.
The meet and greets were paid
for. So it's like, what else are you spending your money on?
Exactly.
The things that like you can't really predict because you don't know where you're going to go. You don't know how much you're going to buy. Like,
start saving
the superstore
now.
And like the budget and all that stuff is a whole other thing. But anyway.
And Dylan's comment right here, you are waiting for Mania to come to Indy. Same, brother. Maybe it'll be 44. Probably not. I went on the Hammer and Nigel show successfully with my Roman Reigns prediction, by the way. That's what I do. That's what I do. I go on record. I'm not afraid to go on record and voice my opinions. And like I said, I went 12-1 with my WrestleMania 42 predictions. So once again, it pays to watch the WellsMania podcast. So hopefully, while y'all were out in Vegas, you placed your bets, because you can bet on WWE, believe it or not. They have bets out there. So hopefully y'all enjoyed betting off of my predictions.
I think I got all the ones right first that night too, though.
Yeah.
I think I did.
Yes, start saving now. Start saving now. Good evening to you. Good evening, everyone. We are 50 minutes into the first live episode of WellsMania podcast, streaming on YouTube. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. We got the mixed tag over here. We got WWE, Human Encyclopedia, Jared Giles, and Stone Pain Productions. Thank you. Wrestle live there. He made money. He made money off of WellsMania's predictions. So you're welcome. Or to quote The Rock, who was not there again, what can I say except you're welcome? So, night 2, the main event, Roman Reigns beating CM Punk. What was the vibe like in Allegiant Stadium?
I mean,
I was on my seats probably at least 75% of the match.
It was a split crowd, 50-50 in the building. Half the people loved Punk, half the people loved Roman. True. And even the people that were cheering for Roman kind of also like enjoyed Punk and vice versa. I think it was one of those things where people, like, especially as the match started getting deeper and deeper into it, it kind of, the realization set in that like we are watching two of the biggest names in the history of this business. You know,
long time coming with these two guys too.
Yeah,
absolutely put on something magical in the main event of WrestleMania. It felt like WrestleMania. And, you know, like, and I even said the stage reminded me of WrestleMania 17 with the pillars and stuff and how it was set up. And with the stage reminding me of WrestleMania 17, even the main event of, you know, Punk versus Roman was almost similar in a way to Rock and Austin, how you just have these two mega over faces of their generation going at it to see who is the absolute best. And I know that a lot of people were thinking, oh, are we going to get like an Uso heel turn? Are we going to get The Rock? Or are we going to do this? Is, you know, I even threw out the idea that McAfee was going to get involved in that match. But I liked that none of that happened. I liked that for the first time in a while, we just got a classic wrestling match with a clean finish for the world title and between two absolute just bona fide future Hall of Famers.
Well,
and the entrances for both guys.
Roman's entrance was
wow.
I feel like he took the entrance of 39 and the entrance of 40 and put them together with the piano and the drum and then just added in the vocalist.
And CM Punk coming out to his old Ring of Honor entrance music, standing on top of Allegiant Stadium.
Yeah.
Really, really cool. Now, we're going to rapid fire some questions here. Okay. Well, first of all, here's one from the Final Count. They want to know, how was it meeting the Bellas?
How was it meeting the Bellas?
It was great. I cried. I walked in, I already had tears, and Brie just like grabbed me and hugged me. It was like, no, don't cry. It's okay. She's like, we love you too. Don't worry. I was like, I'm sorry. I'm just an emotional mess.
Hey, there's nothing
but they're
wrong
really
with that.
sweet. They're really sweet.
That's how Peyton was when he met The Undertaker. He was an emotional mess.
Dude, well, meeting, if we're going off of it, no, I was geeked to meet Stone Cold. Is that
what?
I mean, like The Undertaker and Kane meet and greet was amazing.
No Stone Cold, by the way. I was a little surprised by that.
Austin did not show up this year at WrestleMania, which, you know, I will say one thing, and this is a quick side rant. I want them to get away from the current, like, how WrestleMania is orchestrated. It's been this, and what I mean by that is, if you go back and you watch like the last 4 WrestleManias, they all have the exact same layout. And what it is they open the show with the host. You get like the 5 matches back to back to back to back. Then they bring the host out again to announce the attendance. Maybe something happens in that segment with the host, and then we go into the main event. And they have not broken that layout in like 4 or 5 years. And
Yeah.
I wish they
That's
would,
true.
because
That's true.
it takes away from the unpredictability of what is going to happen at WrestleMania, and you never know what's going to happen or when it's going to happen. It's like, no, I can tell you exactly how this show is going to be laid out because it's been the same layout for 4 years now.
Now, something really cool did happen during John Cena's announcement of the attendance record that nobody saw coming. Congratulations to Bianca Belair. She is pregnant. Did not see that coming. Did not. I was wondering why Bianca hadn't come back. I know she has that gnarly finger injury, but I figured enough time had gone by where she could, come back and wrestle. But now we know the real reason why she has not came back. It's because she's pregnant. So congratulations.
She still has the finger injury.
Yeah, you could wrestle.
It's still wrapped. Yeah, it's still wrapped.
You can wrestle with
at this
finger
point.
injury.
Look, at this
you can't
point,
wrestle as a
cut
pregnant
it
woman.
off. It's a pinky.
Cut
Cut
the
it
pinky.
off.
Just cut it
You
off.
don't need it.
But
You
I'm
don't
gonna
need
ask
the
you guys,
pinky.
You know what's funny is I turned to Tiff after she came out. I was like, what'd be really funny is if Naomi, like this storyline with Naomi was so like legit, like still going. And she was so vindictive to then post on social media that her baby had been born to overshadow Bianca.
To outshine her
To
like one
outshine
more
her.
time.
Look,
all I could say is the future is bright for WWE superstars. Everyone's having babies, and my son is going to be a part of that. My son will be a WWE superstar one day, and I thought it was kind of funny that John said the attendance record now is one more because their baby's in the womb. You could say the same thing last year because my wife was pregnant with our son. He was in the womb at WrestleMania 41. So I thought that was pretty cool. You're right. She has a baby on board. Go around the table here. Head of the table. Shout out to Roman Reigns coming out to his head of the table theme. Best match from WrestleMania 42. Jared, you're awfully quiet over there. Let's get some ruckus and get rowdy.
I'd say Punk Roman, I think, is going to be the clear best match of the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Is there anyone?
I don't
who's
think
not
there
gonna
is
say that
another.
match.
Yeah.
Trick
Don't get me
Williams
wrong.
versus Sami Zayn, match of the WrestleMania 42. That's my personal favorite. But yes, Roman,
Mhm.
how do you top Roman versus Punk? 33 minutes, an instant classic. It's going to be talked about for a long time coming.
Mhm.
Those two guys really did the damn thing. And there's a reason why Roman Reigns keeps main eventing WrestleManias. It's because the
Yeah.
dude absolutely delivers.
Well, see, and to go off of what Blaine just said, I think the ladder match.
What
was
did
great.
Blaine say?
The ladder match was good.
It's a great contender. There were some great spots in it, but again, what Punk and Roman did, and Peyton hit it perfectly on the head. And I think you both did that. It was just a clean wrestling match. There were no interferences. We had the one low blow from Punk, but other than that, like it was just a straight wrestling match where they went until one of them just couldn't go anymore, and Roman came out on top.
Mm-hmm.
Blaine, the ladder match, shout out to JD McDonough. One of the most underrated wrestlers on the entire roster. That Mexican destroyer.
On the ladder, crazy.
And then
yeah.
he went out and wrestled
Penta's
again last
crazy. Right. JD's a freak of nature. Freak of nature. Yes, we give the ladder match. Who doesn't love a ladder match at WrestleMania? And I think I saw that this was the first time that the champion retained the Intercontinental title in a ladder match since 1994. Where
The
the
cutter
bad
off
guy,
the ladder, yeah, that was
Racer
crazy too.
Ramon, WrestleMania 10, one of the most iconic ladder matches of all time. Best entrance. Who had the best entrance from WrestleMania 42?
It's gotta be. I think Roman or Cody. I mean,
I'm gonna say Rome. No, you know who had a close though? Penta. I love his gear.
Was awesome.
Penta's gear was crazy.
I mean, when
you guys didn't like Trick Williams' CVS receipt entrance?
That was cool, but I mean, I would say Penta rocking Shao Kahn was cooler.
Dom's was really cool too.
Dom had a cool one too.
Liv Morgan.
Not Liv.
Liv Morgan's was not PG.
Liv Morgan's was like a wannabe sex tape.
It made
Finn
me very
Balor.
uncomfortable. I'm not
Finn
gonna
Balor's
lie.
a good one. You know, Liv Morgan reminded me of a hybrid between Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera. I think that's kind of the vibes that I was getting from Liv Morgan's.
Like, as a female, it made me very uncomfortable.
I will say
I
with
did not like
Finn's-
watching it. It was just weird to me.
I will say with Finn's, it was so cool that like he kind of came out crawling, grabbed, and I'm not sure if that's like a normal thing for like the demon entrance to like grab the heart or whatnot. Because this was my first time like really seeing the demon entrance in person, but like that whole entrance was just so cool.
But I think what really would have benefited is if we were in the dark.
Yeah, and
It was
that
too
is
light.
the one.
That's the one like caveat. Like it was
The
just
one
thing.
issue with having shows on that side of the country is dealing with the daylight, you know, and it
Especially
takes
with a
away
translucent roof like that.
Yeah.
it
Even
takes away
Oba would have
from
been
the
cool in the
cinematic
dark.
aura of stuff.
Did it feel being there? Did it feel like both nights went by very fast?
Oh yeah.
And then when you get out, it's still daytime and you're confused.
So weird.
Well, I mean, you got to remember out there the show started at 3 p.m., so we were out by 7.
Ish.
Yeah.
Like,
You know.
yeah, around 7.
Once again, time zones are a heal. They're a heal because here, Jared, you and I, we were up late, way past our bedtimes watching WrestleMania 42. I did not live stream. I planned on live streaming, but I didn't because obviously with my son, didn't want to wake him up with how rowdy I get on my live streams. So I just sat there with my Wingstop and I enjoyed WrestleMania 42. We are over the 1 hour mark on the live debut of WellsMania podcast. Are you guys liking Mixed Tag, Peyton, Jared? Are you guys liking the live aspect of WellsMania podcast? This is the first one.
I like the comments.
I like the comments.
Yeah,
This is
I
fun.
like seeing what people are thinking.
Yeah, and this is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and had the idea when I used to work at the radio station. I pitched the idea of WellsMania radio show where I would have callers call in and weigh in on whatever PLE or whatever topic I'm talking about. So it's nice to finally put it in to motion, and I think this is going to be the start of something really successful that will continue to grow and evolve into a lot of fun, because the more people we get, the more this is going to take off. And I love it. I absolutely love getting everybody's take because we're all different. We're all different. We all like different wrestlers. We boo different wrestlers. We have different experiences. So, you know, my Sami Zayn rant was one of the highlights from the last episode. I kept getting great feedback from that. People were like, dude, you really hate Sami Zayn. It's like, I don't hate him. I just think he sucks. I think he's boring and he does nothing for
Very
me.
vanilla.
Very, very. And I'm glad Trick Williams absolutely whooped that trick. But is there anything else from WrestleMania 42 that we didn't touch on? Is there anything else that you guys want to talk about from WrestleMania 42? Was all the advice, Brett and Tiffany, that we gave you, did it all pay off?
Yep.
I do have to say, like, as that main event was going on, there was at one point I remember I just like looked around the arena and just like really took in the energy that you could just feel. Like there's nothing like that, right? I still can't put into words what this experience was like, because being there in person is so different than sitting on your couch at home watching it.
I didn't like watching Raw last night in my own bed and just watching. I was like, I want to be there. Like, God damn it.
You know when it's really going to set in for you, Brett and Tiffany, and Peyton and Jared can attest to this, is next year's WrestleMania.
Yeah,
I know.
When you are not there, I don't care if it's Saudi or wherever, if you don't go to WrestleMania the year after you went, you do. And I had it. I had a strong case of FOMO.
But I think everyone who's in this chat, everyone that watches this, you guys, if you love wrestling that much and really enjoy going to shows, you should go at least once in your life.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do it every year. I don't know if my bank account wants me to do it every year because I still want to go to other things.
Let's face it, none of us have Brock Lesnar guy money, okay?
Can we just acknowledge the fact that Brock totally snubbed him on the way up the ramp and it was hilarious?
Did he really?
I-
Okay,
Yeah.
so we have
I
not,
hated
and that's
that for
full
Mike.
transparency. We have not watched WrestleMania back yet. Like we said over the weekend, we're gonna like maybe go live on TikTok and like watch it back because we also like I said with all the negative comments that we've been seeing, more negative than normal. We kind of want to see what you guys saw at home because
Yeah.
obviously we have a different perspective and a different view.
I always recommend
I want to
that,
like
Tiffany.
see the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know.
No.
So I think I do want to. I like to watch it back,
You should.
especially
You
when
always
we go to the show.
got to
You
watch
wanna-
it back.
You got to watch it back.
Final count. WrestleMania is on your bucket list, as it should be. And one day you will be running wild at WrestleMania. Hulk Hogan was everywhere. Hulk Hogan was everywhere, and I fucking loved it. I know I just dropped the F-bomb on YouTube, but as much hate that Hulk Hogan receives, I love that he was absolutely all over everywhere because Michael Cole's right. This was the first WrestleMania without the immortal Hulk Hogan. To me and to Jared, that's a big deal. We grew up in the 90s. We grew up during the height of Hulkamania. There was nothing like it. There will never be anything else like it. And that's coming from a John Cena fan. You know, John Cena did a damn good job, but Cena Mania was nowhere near Hulkamania, brother. So the fact that Andre and Hogan, the immortal moment, went into the Hall of Fame, and then the promoting of the documentary coming out, and just I love it. I love Hulk Hogan. I support the immortal Hulk Hogan, brother. Then, now, forever. So yeah, I'm glad that Hogan got his flowers because the way that the fans treated Hogan on his last appearance in WWE was absolute bullshit, and you should be ashamed of yourself if you're one of those marks who booed Hogan out in California. You should be ashamed of yourselves because now you have to live with that for the rest of your life. Like you care, you do not. I could go on a rampage, but I'm gonna keep it right there because we are live, pal. We're live, and you never know what's gonna happen on live television here on the WellsMania podcast. But yeah, I felt like WrestleMania 42 was a lot of fun, and the Raw after WrestleMania, I don't know. You guys can attest to this. It just doesn't feel as big of a deal as it once did. Am I wrong for saying that?
I didn't watch it. So
No, you're right. You're right. It's not because it's resorted to like the big thing just being like what NXT call-ups are going to happen. Yeah. That's basically what everyone is looking forward to.
WellsMania Pipe Bomb, you're right. Real quick, Peyton, hold on. Do you guys have a YouTube?
We have a YouTube account. I think I only have like 2 videos on there, but it's the same name, so you guys can find us there.
You should start posting shorts on your YouTube from your experience out in Vegas. Good way to get your channel to start growing.
Yeah.
Just my opinion. Yes, WellsMania Pipe Bomb. I love it. We need a Stone Pain rant on the IWC, Peyton. What you got for us?
After how they feel from this weekend?
If you don't want to get demonetized on YouTube, I wouldn't recommend we do that.
All right, we love that. Peyton, I know you want to go off. Peyton did text me earlier today, and I also saw this from other wrestling content creators. So many people got hit with copyright. Like Peyton got hit with it earlier. Johnny
I got
and
hit.
Marissa got hit with it. Wheezy Blonde got hit with it. So many content creators got hit for WWE content posting on their social media platforms.
I got hit with something different than that was. I didn't get hit with copyright. I got hit with a. I got kicked out of the TikTok Creator Fund, which is not copyright. It doesn't affect my account in any way. The people that were getting hit with copyright are the reactors. And
let's say, what was it? Those who were posting the clips from watching it?
Yes.
He's like,
the reactor clips.
Okay, because let's say our clips from actually being there are still up. I mean, they're actually still getting some pretty decent views.
Well, no, like the people in the building, that's fine. It's the people using TV footage and reacting.
I figured that's what it was. But
now,
that always happens.
With your content there at WrestleMania, if the music gets caught, it will get muted.
If it's over 60 seconds.
Be on the lookout for that. And of course, on TikTok, the only way you can make money is if your videos are over. That's right. You guessed it. 60 seconds. It's all a game. It's all a game. And it's how you play it. Here's a question for me. You guys have any questions out there watching for Jared, the mixed tag, and Peyton? Let them fly. Let them run wild. Just stop Wrestle Talk for a moment. How's the wife and kid, WellsMania? I hope they're good, healthy, and happy. They are. Had a really great weekend watching WrestleMania with my wife and my son. My wife very disappointed that Randy Orton did not win the undisputed WWE title. She is a big Randy Orton fan, and she was very disappointed, as was I, that Randy did not beat Cody, because I wanted it to happen. I thought it should have happened. But if Randy is truly injured and he's going to be out for a while recovering, then it makes sense to keep the title on Cody Rhodes. Here's a good question for all of us. When do we think Cody versus Punk will happen? Because we got that last night on Monday Night Raw. Another spoiler mixed tag. Cody
we saw
versus
that.
Punk.
Backlash
Too soon?
Cody.
I need to watch the whole interaction.
So
I only saw clips. I don't know exactly what was said or how.
Here's my theory.
I don't know.
I do know that Jacob comes out and calls out Roman for the World Heavyweight title.
He spoiled that for me too. But
I think they swap Jacob and Punk. Send Punk to SmackDown, bring Jacob over to Raw. So we could see it. I'd say
Backlash might be maybe.
Backlash might be too soon.
I don't think Cody's cleared.
Yeah, he's not. I don't think Cody's getting cleared in 2 weeks.
I mean, I'm hearing reports that he's got I'm hearing reports
Italy might
he's
not
got a
be
fractured
bad.
orbital socket. So
I'm no doctor, but I think it's like a 5 to 8 week recovery for this is what Google told me earlier. For an orbital recovery there.
I
need your eye. You need your eye if you're going to wrestle.
I think it's the long game. I think it's the tease for WrestleMania in Saudi next year.
You
I
think
that's
so?
all that was.
I think it's,
I think that's a long game.
It's either SummerSlam or that was the tease for next year's WrestleMania.
Dylan also says SummerSlam. SummerSlam could be a really hot show. Oba versus Roman,
nights, right?
Gunther versus Brock, the first ever 2-night SummerSlam. Yes, we are getting that this year in Minnesota.
Last year was the first one.
Last year was 2 nights.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah, I guess it was. Wow, I kind of forgot about that. See, that's what happens. That's what happens when you get dad brain. You start forgetting things like that. Here's a question from Tommy. Who are our favorite wrestlers?
That does not say Tommy. Oh, no.
Hi, Tommy.
Who is my favorite of all time? Stone Cold Steve Austin. Currently, Tiffany's not going to like this, but Gunther.
Okay, wait. Side note, I will say, I still don't like him, but he did put on a really good show Saturday. I can't complain. It was my favorite. I think that was my favorite match.
You're admitting that he's good in the ring is what I'm hearing.
Breaking news.
But I still I don't like him. He still doesn't fully.
Well, you're not supposed to like him.
I can't be on the Gunther hype train yet. I'm not there yet. I might
Tommy,
be walking to the station kind of thing. I'm getting there, but I'm
Tommy,
not there yet.
My favorite wrestler is John Cena. Come on, bro. Come on now.
He admitted it.
The host of WrestleMania 42, the greatest of all time, the 17-time champion, doesn't have to worry about Randy coming for that record. Randy's got to wait a little bit longer.
I will say I have 5 minutes left, so if there's anything else you need from me, get it in.
What's one dream match you want to see, Peyton? Just one. What's one?
That's still plausible?
Still possible.
It's got to be Rock Roman.
It has to be. That's the only answer.
I think
that's the only match that is the match. That's the one that if it never happens, I feel like we're going to feel like it was robbed from us because
it's been on the table. No
we
pun
know
intended.
we know
been
that
there for years.
Yeah, I feel like it's the match that we know we were going to get it at 40. We were told we were going to get it at 39, and then I feel like everyone assumed we would be getting it this year. When they announced when The Rock was like, "Oh, it's going to be in New Orleans and everything." I think that every year you're like, okay, we're getting it, and then it ends up not happening. So
Saudi has to be it.
I agree, Peyton. I think that's mine. That's mine too.
Yeah,
I feel like if the Rock does not take that $50 million payday from Saudi Arabia, then I don't think we're ever getting it.
A dream match that is still a possibility. I'm never gonna let it die until they do. Sting versus The Undertaker. It's got to happen before they both kick it. They got to get in there one last time at WrestleMania. Taker still has to have his send off. I'm not ruling it out. I know the dead man's been in retirement longer than I anticipated, but never say never with The Undertaker. All right. That is going to do it for this episode. WrestleMania 42. Those were our thoughts. Congratulations to the Mixed Tag for going to their first WrestleMania, not their last. Many more to come in your guys' future. Taking little man. Hopefully,
I do want to ask because I didn't really get
choked up over here.
What was your guys' engagement content wise like? Did you get a lot of play on your content over Mania weekend?
We've gotten a lot of views, a lot of comments.
Yeah.
But kind of like what I was telling you is when we went live in the stadium,
that was crazy.
At one point, we had over 300 people.
Never did that ever happen to us.
I had so many questions coming in. I was like trying to keep up. And from that 1 hour of going live, we surpassed 2,100 followers now. So we were at 1,900.
Nice.
We were at like 1,800 something. We're now at 2,100.
We gained like 300 or 400 followers just from going to WrestleMania. But
I love that.
Paige also reposted my my video of her return, and Tiffany saw my posts of her and she liked my post, and like I was geeking out a little bit because we got to meet Tiffany too. So that was pretty fun.
The Paige return was really cool. Really cool to see Paige back in WWE. But yeah, the weekend was great for you guys. I'm glad that the content was running wild. Probably going to be still posting content from
20K for me.
Oh yeah, let's give a round of applause. 20K.
I called it. I called it.
20K. I gained.
Peyton, I said on the last episode, you will hit 20K when you're out in Vegas.
I believe in total, I gained a little over 4,000 new followers.
Heck yeah.
So it was
well deserved.
It was quite the weekend.
That is a good jump because I was going off of what happened to me out there in Vegas. I had about 4,000 people follow me, and it was crazy because Peyton goes live a lot. And when I was in one of Peyton's lives.
You saw it, dude. It was nuts.
It had like 200,000 plus likes, and there was like over 1,000 people in there.
I mean, the chat was moving so quickly, I couldn't even react to the things that were being said in there. I was like, I had people from all over the world. I was getting comments from Ghana and Europe and Russia.
What's up, Keisha? Welcome.
It was wild, but no, it was
good time.
It was a good time. Yeah. So.
Jared, you will hit 20K. You and I will both get there eventually.
Jared said, "No, I'm good."
He's like, I don't play that game.
I'm all right. I'm good, actually.
Next goal for us is 500. Now we're less than 400 there.
You'll get there.
Yeah, we'll see.
Now, the next thing that I've got planned is I will be there in Fort Wayne, Indiana with Peyton and the 5-foot giant. Jared, are you going to Saturday night's main event? Okay, so Jared will also be there.
Have fun, guys.
It'll be the much FOMO that I had not being at Mania. I'm really looking forward to my first Saturday night's main event next month in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Saturday night's main event. That is going to do it for the first live episode of WellsMania podcast. I want to thank you guys for this historical milestone moment in you talk about the long game storytelling. The WellsMania podcast has had quite the journey, and we've only just begun.
Let's real quick. Blaine has commented this like 6 times, so I want to give him the shout out. He's going to Clash in Paris. So,
awesome!
Oh my God, have so much fun.
That is going to be fantastic. I think
a
it's
European show. So
I think it's all on our bucket list eventually to try to hit an overseas show.
Facts.
I think that would be amazing.
See, but we got to coordinate so we just all end up going together.
We should all just go to the same one.
You know,
looks like we're all going to Saudi.
Hey,
Peyton.
It's not off the table.
I'll tell you what, if WellsMania podcast gets to 100,000 subscribers, because I'm aiming for 100,000 subscribers, I want one of those plaques. The YouTube plaques. I'm making it a goal.
I think you
can
find them on Amazon. I'll send it
to you. No. I want a real one. I want a certified real one that YouTube sends me, because with that comes millions of dollars. And if I do that, I'm taking you all to Saudi Arabia with me. So that's incentive to hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, because when WellsMania thrives and succeeds, you all thrive and succeed. That's the kind of guy that I am, is I'm taking everybody to the top with me. Mixed Tag, go ahead and plug your social media where people can follow you guys and check out all your content.
So we are the Mixed Tag. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, X, and
I guess YouTube.
YouTube.
I didn't know about the YouTube, so that's news to me.
Hey, keep grinding, keep growing. It's the motto here on this episode. Stone Payne, Peyton Payne, Stone Payne Productions. Go ahead and plug your 20K plus TikTok.
Yes, Stone Payne Productions on TikTok. Definitely go follow there. That's the backbone of everything that I do. But also on Instagram, Facebook, and now also on YouTube. There is a YouTube page. I need to start posting some stuff on there. But the goal is now what? I guess 25K. Is that where I
going
I shoot for now?
5K increments. Might as well.
So if you guys are watching and you don't already follow, go hit that follow button.
Jared, I know out of all of us, you are the least active on your social media, but I am going to continue to try to build your account with every beat of my heart, brother. Which is
what
is your social media over there?
JC Giles on X, WWE Human Encyclopedia on TikTok.
I say it time and time again. Jared is one of the smartest wrestling fans on this planet. The dude knows everything. He's not the WWE Human Encyclopedia for nothing. I mean, if you ever have a question, tweet at JC Giles on Twitter. He'll answer it for you.
The WWE Human Encyclopedia, who has a WCW banner behind it.
Oh,
well, WWE.
Technically, I guess they're the same thing now.
Yeah. It's all one and the same. So, no, I'm glad that you guys had a great time out in Las Vegas. I was living vicariously through you guys and through everybody else that was out there. Another WrestleMania has come and gone, and we are now on the road to Backlash, which, Peyton, I'm pretty sure, aren't you going to Tampa?
I will be there. I will be in Tampa for Backlash. That's an easy one for me because I already have a place out there to stay. So that's all I got to worry about for that one is just the ticket. But I will be at Backlash, and then Saturday night's main event alongside you in Fort Wayne. So the grind never stops. We just keep going.
Just keep going.
Absolutely. And Peyton's advice to everybody is stay single and don't have kids.
It helps. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, I'm glad.
Unless Rhea Ripley wants to ditch the muscle goof Buddy Murphy, then we'll talk. But
to quote Vince McMahon, no chance in hell.
We saw him at MGM, and let me just say,
Buddy and MGM, and that dude is a freaking brick wall.
Yeah, buddy. So thank you, Mixed Tag, Brett and Tiffany. Thank you, Peyton. Thank you, Jared. Thank you to everybody who took the time to run wild on this inaugural first live episode of WellsMania Podcast. I'm going to try to do this every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Going to have a brand new live episode of WellsMania Podcast. You might see some of these familiar faces. You might see some new faces. If there is fellow wrestling content creators out there that you would like to see run wild on WellsMania Podcast, let me know. I will reach out to them and I'll get them to come run wild on a future episode of Wells Mania Podcast.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you guys so much. Until next episode, take care, stay positive, run wild, and dominate the day.